On signs in store or online. Discount before taxes. In 627. May not be combined with other offers. See store or staples.com/signs for details. Make on budget happen. Make getting noticed happen. Staples. Make more happen.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
275 southbound has a crash at Dale Mabry off on the shoulder, causing backups all the way to I-4. If you're on State Road 60, I'm still seeing stop-and-go traffic heading into Old Lake Wales Road. We have an accident involving an overturned vehicle and slowdowns on Dr. King just south of Gandy Boulevard. See a traffic problem? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
Winds, Weather Center forecast. Sunshine today. We'll see a little bit of a breeze as well. Upper 70s staying with us, and near 80 degrees, a few low 80s in the warm spots. Tonight's lows a little on the chilly side, down to about 60 degrees. Impact Radio, 1250 winds.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Meloni.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Find the show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, and also learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. The show, again, all about business ownership, entrepreneurship, and people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay community. So, again, I invite you, if you have any interest in making an appearance on the show, I always extend an invite to fellow business owners out in and around the Tampa Bay community. Please contact me via email, jamie@TampaBayRadio.com, or you can hit me up through my contact form on the site, TampaBayRadio.com as well. Got a lot of people contacting me, and the show is growing very nicely, and I'm very excited to be able to do this format each and every morning here on 1250 WHNZ. And also, if you ever miss a show, you can catch me on demand. We put up all the shows as well as the streams on the Tampa Bay Radio site. And you can catch me on demand over on iTunes as well. If you're a podcast listener, just search for That Business Show. Got a co-host with me today, Jim McPeak, a regular contributor to That Business Show here with Jamie Meloni. McPeak Real Estate Firm is a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market, from residential to commercial real estate. Jim, welcome to the show this morning.
Hey, good morning. How's it going, Jamie?
Hey, doing great. As always, thanks for coming in this morning. So I know you had quite a little spat yesterday in the real estate business. You and I both sell bank-owned properties, and we kind of hit some little roadblocks here and there, but you had an issue with a homeowners association yesterday.
Oh, yeah. The Homeowners Association over at Heritage Golf and Country Club. As you can see, I don't know if probably out there in radio land you can't see this, but if you get the video at home, you can see my sign. My sign's red, white, and blue. My father was in the Navy. My youngest son's in the Navy right now, stationed in Hawaii. I was in the Air Force myself, and my oldest son was actually an Iraqi war vet, or he is an Iraqi war veteran. And our sign is red, white, and blue. And
yeah, Josh, can you go to the oversight there? Yeah, you can see it there up on the
screen.
It's
red, white, and blue. It's got the eagle behind it with part of the American flag, and that is something that Heritage Golf and Country Club does not want resembled over in their area. They want nothing to do with the American flag or anything like that. They fined me $2,000 for having that sign in a yard. The sign only cost $35, and I didn't think that having something that represented America would be that offensive to people. But, it's Heritage Golf and Country Club. I'm not sure what their heritage is. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe
Right.
It's Russian. Maybe it's communism. Maybe their heritage is Confederate, so they don't want anything like this, with the new United States in here.
Homeowners associations, I've talked about that on a few of my shows, more so when I was doing my real estate show. They have a unique power in the state of Florida, and when you deal with the bank-owned properties such as you and I, we learn these little intricacies of dealing with these homeowners associations. When a property is foreclosed, a foreclosure is supposed to wipe out all liens on a property, but it does not wipe out HOA liens. Florida is a super lien state in that when a person is not paying their mortgage, they are more than likely not paying the homeowners association dues as well, and so it ends up at an attorney's office after 2 to 3 months of missed payments, and then after the foreclosure, you and I have to deal with these homeowners associations and these fines and these dues and these attorney fees that they put on these bills is incredible. And I'm surprised that a $2,000 fine for a for sale sign, and they could have picked up the phone and called you.
I know, and I even called the guy. The guy's name is Jerry Santana. I called him, and I even talked to him about one of the things that was going on with this property, but he never mentioned this. And later on, I asked him, why did you fine me $2,000? He says, the board of directors. He says, the board of directors at Heritage Golf and Country Club are just that adamant against not having a sign like this that represents the United States in their area. You know, maybe it'll help them fix the gate.
And tell me how you found out about the fine. They didn't even tell you. You got surprised. Tell me how you found out about it.
Oh, it actually showed up on an estoppel letter.
Explain the estoppel letter for people that don't know. That's not a term that people are familiar with.
Whenever you actually sell the place and it goes to the title company requests what they call an estoppel letter, which is from the homeowners association, and it shows anything that's past due or what it needs to be brought it up, and so you can pass clear title. It's pretty much, this is the HOA, you're clear, pay this. And you'd have to pay, in this case, Heritage Golf and Country Club, you have to pay if you're a patriotic American, anything red, white, and blue in your front yard. It's like, if you had an American flag like the HOAs did down south, they had American flag or welcome back their war veteran, they would get fined for that. So that's the way Heritage Golf and Country Club is now. They just want to find the Americans. I am going to seek an attorney today. I'm going to see if they'll do it. I'm also talking to the American Legion Riders over at Post 148. We may do a demonstration there, show them the American flag. I mean, we'll do it out in front of Heritage Golf and Country Club and let everybody know that it's still part of America, even though you can't be part of America once you go inside the gates. Well, I say gates, but, it's funny because they have these gates there, Jamie, and the guard shacks. I've never seen anybody in the guard shack, and the gates are broken. But but they need $2,000 because this sign right here is worse than a broken gate in front of your homeowners association.
The banks are a piggy bank for the homeowners associations. They hit the properties with fines all the time. It's very easy to go to the property and sign them for dead grass. I mean, a lot of people's grass are dead in some of these homeowners associations. Go there and cite them for a sign in the window and a notice, by the way, for an emergency contact, something that's valuable to the community in case there's a flood inside the home or something that need to know who to contact right away. If you put any type of signage up inside a window in a home, you can be fined for that. And the banks, our clients, will come to us and say, listen, that's your responsibility. You should have known not to put a sign up in the front yard, or you should have known not to put the window. You should have known the regulations. And we're dealing with properties, I myself, all across 8 counties, and understanding the different regulations of the HOAs. I lived in a couple different HOAs, and I don't even understand the HOA regulations for the communities that I live in, and now I'm expected to know all these different rules and regulations for the different associations for the properties that I manage. I just dealt with one in a property in Ruskin where they hit us with a $1,000 fine for dead grass right before the closing, and it delays the closing too. It took a month to get it resolved because it was a VA property. They had to go through the process. They had to obtain all the documentation for all the notices that were sent out. They had to go back and see if it was the servicer's responsibility, the servicer being the lender that foreclosed on the property, because the VA insures the property. So after the foreclosure, the lender or the servicer transfers it over to the VA. So part of the responsibility could either be the servicer, it could be the VA's responsibility, or it could be the agent's responsibility. And this stuff takes time. And meanwhile, you got a poor buyer out there sitting there waiting to close, and they can't close because of all this, regulation and stuff. And this is the type of stuff that, you and I, deal with these bank-owned properties each and every day.
Oh, yeah. And I think what they need to do is the board of directors need to choose wisely who they have representing their homeowners association, because if you've got certain people that all they're in for is just to make the homeowners association look bad, like in case, like this case, where, having an American flag, anything resembling America, looks bad. I think that's Green Acres Property Management that is doing this. Representing the board of directors over there, and they're saying it's the board of directors at Heritage Golf and Country Club. The
property manager is just hired to enforce the rules and regulations of the association. So I'm sure it may not be that person's specific, a viewpoint or whatever. But yeah, it's the board of directors, and that they voted on these regulations. And so yeah, people or community or companies like Green Acres or whatever are simply just representatives of the associations.
But those companies can be changed too. I mean, you may have a company that's not doing a very good job for your homeowners association. You may want to consider changing that company and getting a better company to represent your homeowners association.
I will say they should at least called you and said, hey, I mean, your number's right there on the sign. And it happens to me a lot of times, too. I'll put up a sign in a community that's not supposed to have a sign. And I really don't understand that. I mean, how are you going to sell a home if you can't put at least a for sale sign up in the front yard? I mean, I could understand it maybe in like Avila or something where you just got this mystique about the community. But some of these associations are just basic. I mean, these communities are just basic communities. I mean, why can't you have a for sale sign up? I mean, it's ridiculous.
I know. You can't have a for sale sign up, but you can have a broken gate.
And just people that are listening, I'm sure some people have dealt with association delays when they're buying a property or foreclosures. I always give tips to people. If you're buying a property that is a bank-owned property, you definitely want to make sure that you have the ability to extend the closing. They are a haven for closing delays, title problems, things of that nature. At least 30 to 40% of my closings are delayed for whatever reason, and it's I'm talking about a seller side delay. I'm not talking about a buyer side delay. And so tips that people buyers can use, and the selling agents also I coach them on as well. Number one, check with the listing agent. If there's a homeowners association, ask them, is the association dues currently paid and up to date? If they are not, then that is going to delay your closing because of the safe harbor statute, which protects the banks against having to pay back owed dues prior to when they take the foreclosure or prior to when they take title after the foreclosure. And so the banks and then the HOAs always fight over how much is owed, and that process can take months sometimes. And so if that is not resolved by the time that it goes onto the market, that's going to delay your closing. It's a common complaint amongst listing agents for banks that the banks put the properties on the market prior to having the clear title. And another thing is to check and see if the certificate of title is recorded in public records that shows that that bank, that particular seller, has title to sell that property. A lot of times after the foreclosure, it takes weeks to a month or more to get the certificate of title recorded in their name, and until that title until public records shows that they have ownership in public records, you cannot close. And it's complicated by the fact that if you're selling a government-owned property, FHA or HUD-owned or FHA or VA-owned property, there is an additional deed transfer that's involved. So it goes from mortgagor, the borrower, to the servicer, and then the servicer to the VA or HUD because they insure the lenders. And so that stuff can delay the property's sales another couple of months. And so if a property goes to market and goes to contract very quickly, these are the type of delays that we run into. So selling agents and buyers, those are two key questions to be asking listing agents, or asking your agent to ask the listing agent, is the HOA cleared up and is the certificate of title in place? Because if you've got to be in a property within 30 days, you better look at something else other than a bank-owned property. And I get frustrated agents all the time who don't understand this, and I do my best to get the message out on my show and things like that. I talk about that a lot. I got to take a quick break. Coming back from the break, I'm going to talk a little bit more here with Jim McPeak. He's got one of his new agents in studio with us today, Justine Curtis. We're going to be chronicling her journey through real estate. She's a new agent at the McPeak Real Estate Firm, so we're going to be talking about her. And again, you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage wants you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Meloni of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
Have you considered a reverse mortgage as part of your retirement financial plan? For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I'm a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
This report is brought to you by Staples. Staples has everything for your business needs. Get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs in store or online. Discount before taxes. End 6/27. May not be combined with other offers. See store or staples.com/signs for details. Make on budget happen. Make getting noticed happen. Staples, make more happen.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
State Road 60 still has an overturned vehicle wreck affecting both directions at Old Lake Wales Road on 275. You're going to find southbound delays I-4 into Dale Mabry from that earlier crash. Northbound heavy from the Howard Franklin up to Lois. I-4 westbound now has 2 accidents off on the shoulder, and it's slow and go from 75 all the way into Hillsborough Avenue. See traffic problems? Call Andrew Firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
Today, mostly sunny with low humidity, high 80. Tonight, mostly clear, low 61. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 82.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Find the show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, and also learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Currently talk with Jim McPeak of the McPeak Real Estate Firm. Jim is an expert contributor here to the That Business Show here with Jamie Maloney, and you've brought a new agent in the studio with us today. So give me a little introduction to her.
Well, she's almost a new agent. Actually, what she is she's an agent in training. She just got downsized in her last occupation, so she decided to come do real estate with me. And I said, all right. And I said, well, here's the Bob Hogue classes. You know, you can start sometime here or something like that. She's like, no, I want to do it now. I go, well, the online class, but nobody passes the online class. I mean, you can do it in a week, but it'll take you like 2 to 3 months probably if you do it online. I'm amazed. She did the online class in a week and has already passed the class exam, and she's on the fast track. And what we're doing is we're going to journey what she's doing starting today, and every month she's going to come in on the Jamie Maloney Show and show where she's at in real estate so everybody can track her progress. And she actually has a blog. Welcome, Justine Curtis.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
So you said you got downsized. What was your prior career in?
I was a certified nationally medical tech in bariatrics. Love helping people. I was in it for 5 years.
And so why the shift to real estate? What made you get into this field?
I love helping people so much that I wanted to, my husband's a real estate agent, friends with James McPeak from Jim McPeak Real Estate Firm. And I was just so inspired by how we can help people in another way, finding their dream home. And I want to be that person that helps them find that too.
What are some of the challenges that you're already seeing getting into the real estate space? I can tell you it was a completely new career for me when I got into this 8 years ago. I mean, you're still in the training class and everything. So what are some of the challenges you're already seeing in this business? Sphere of influence is always one of the big things. I mean, you got to have a network of people to cater to. If you don't have that, then you got to have a strong real estate firm behind you that can kind of feed you the leads and things of that nature. I know Jim McPeak offers good training programs, things of that nature to get his agents off the ground. But what are you planning to do with your? Are you planning to do a certain niche, a certain market area? Tell me about what you're planning on doing.
I am going to be doing. Me and Jim talked. He wants me to become one of his listing agents.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be trained by Meloni, which is one of Jim's agents at the office. We got a good thing coming up. I'm so excited. I haven't really seen too many of the challenges ahead of me yet. I'm just trying to strap down.
I can tell you the first challenge is passing the state course.
Yes, so I'm trying to strap down, study. I have a 4-year-old at home. It's a little challenging, but, it's going to get done.
Yeah, the state course, for people that aren't familiar with how getting a real estate license works, the first step is to take the online course, or you can take it in class as well. Bob Hogue, if you Google that that's one of the classrooms that you can do. And Burt Rogers, I think that's another one that they're still out there.
Yeah, and if you're going to do Bob Hogue and you're in the Riverview area, go to A&M Realty. They have the class there, and the two instructors there are awesome. Ann and Howard, they are great instructors, man. But yeah, you was mentioning that she's not quite sure what she's doing yet because we're doing the training with her. We're telling her what she's going to be doing, so we're kind of easing her in. Don't scare her, Jamie. There's so much.
Make sure you do a business plan and you have you start working your sphere of influence and you have a database of contacts. You want to document every single contact that you make with every single client. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of new agents make. They don't have any type of contact management system, and so right away find whether it's top producer or an Excel spreadsheet that people use. I don't recommend Excel because there's no tracking mechanism good for that. I myself use a business contact manager. I've developed my own little system for that, which is an add-on for Microsoft Outlook. I'm selling tons of properties with it, and it's a free add-on to Microsoft Outlook. I'm the only one that uses that system, and it's a database that I can share amongst all of my staff, and it tracks all my notes, tracks all of my contacts and everything for me. So something I just taught myself early on, but it's not as user friendly as something like a top producer. But yeah, one of the first tips I can give somebody is make sure that you have a database of contacts and that you're putting out regular touch point. And that holds true for any sales job, right there. Getting back to what I was saying before, though, with regard to getting the real estate license, you do the online class or again the in-class work. That can take anywhere from a week, if you do it online, or how long does it take in class? Is it stretched over a week or two?
They have different classes. They have a class like when I started. It was started on a Monday and ended on Sunday. They got a week class. They got a 2-week class. They got a 3-week class. It just depends on how you want to take it. One other thing that Justine's doing with the Jamie Meloni show is she's actually blogging her journey on starting out, how she's taken the class, and she's going to come on every month for doing a section with Jamie, and it's going to be great because you can see how a realtor gets developed and how they're going. And my goal is to get her to 6 figures as fast as possible. That's my goal for her.
No, you got a great guy. Jim's a great guy. He's been a friend of mine for a long time and everything. So you definitely got a good mentor. And I can't understate the importance of having a mentor in real estate as well, having the database and stuff to track your contents, but having somebody to learn from. My mentor, Amanda Huggins, taught me all about the foreclosure business when I started in 2007. And without her foundation, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So having a mentor is something of paramount importance in real estate and really any other career as well. After you do the course, then you get your fingerprints. I think you apply to the state. That's a $300-400 process right there, and then you hit the big state exam. That's the stall point for a lot of people. The in-class exam tricks a lot of people because it's simple. It's not difficult. You can do that, just off of common knowledge a lot of times.
There is a trick for the state exam. The state exam, actually, if you fail the test, they'll let you do a review for like $20-$30.
Yes.
And after you fail it so many times, like I had somebody that works for me, she said it was really easy that she passed the test because the questions were all the questions she got wrong before. And she knew all the answers. They gave them to her.
Right. But a lot of people struggle with that state test and everything. I've seen people take that thing 3 and 4 times, and I've seen it even knock some people completely out of the business. And so it's a challenging test. It's definitely not like the in-class test. But after that, you're ready to go, and you come out, and you know nothing about real estate.
Yes. But you know how many square feet are in an acre.
Yeah, and you know all these different laws that do not pertain to every single day sales. You know all about fair housing and Equal Credit Opportunity Act and stuff that is not going to help you sell a home. It's just going to help you from getting sued. So,
exactly.
But Justine, very excited to chronicle your journey through real estate and listening to the different challenges. And hopefully in a year's time, we'll be talking about all the successes that you're having in the business.
Yes, totally.
Awesome. Got to take a quick break, but coming back from the break, we're going to be talking with Kevin Vada. We're going to change topics here to the fitness industry. And you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Who do you trust to change your oil? I used to do it myself. That is, until I found Haviland Express Lube. Specializing in total car care, Haviland Express Lube offers routine maintenance checks by certified experts using only premium Haviland products. At Haviland Express Lube, your car's performance is their priority. Plus, your entire purchase is protected by my Make It Right guarantee. Call for your Trustdale deal.
It's time for the Morgan & Morgan Legal Brief.
A firm's mission statement defines your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We take very seriously our obligations to our clients, many who come to us in their most desperate hour. Our mission is you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
It was called a sacred balm, an oil known for its miraculous healing power, revered by kings and pharaohs, and spoken about in the Bible more than 200 times. Was it real? Did it exist? A French chemist believed it did and traveled deep into the jungles of India, seeking a reputed shaman who practiced the ancient art of healing with a natural oil. Could this really be it? 60 years later, new research says it is. Mixing the oil with modern scientific advances, scientists have created OxyRub, proven by clinical trials to provide twice the relief of a best-selling pain remedy. OxyRub's deeply penetrating ointment soothes and alleviates even the most stubborn aches and pains. 4,000 years in the making, OxyRub is now available for a free 30-day trial. Discover the miraculous pain-relieving power of OxyRub today. Just pay a small shipping and handling charge. Call 1-800-933-1746. That's 1-800-933-1746. Again, 1-800-933-1746.
800,000 artists, 20 million songs, 1,500 live radio stations across the country. Create your own station from your favorite artist or song. Download the app now at iHeartRadio.com. Brought to you by the Golden Diamond Source. Check out goldendiamondsource.com.
This report is brought to you by Staples. Staples has everything for your business needs. Get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs in-store or online. Discount before taxes. End 6/27. May not be combined with other offers. See store or staples.com/signs for details. Make on budget happen. Make getting noticed happen. Staples, make more happen.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
State Road 60 still a mess this morning in both directions heading towards Old Lake Wales Road. We have a serious crash involving an overturned vehicle. I'm seeing slowdowns Reddington Beach on Gulf Boulevard between Tom Stewart Causeway and Park Boulevard, Hillsborough Avenue eastbound. Slow and go as you approach Memorial Highway. That crash with roadblock. See a traffic problem? Call the Injury Firm of Abrahamson and Edowick Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
1250 winds weather center forecast. Breezy, sunny today. Cooler temps sticking around. Going to see upper 70s. Could see a few low 80s in the warm spots this afternoon. And tonight's low, a little chilly, down to 60 degrees. Impact Radio, 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Thank you for joining me here on this Friday morning, and be sure to catch this show on here every weekday at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, as this show promotes business owners, entrepreneurs, and people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay community. Learn more about the show over at tampabayradio.com, where you can also catch all the show replays via the show info tab, and you can also catch us live in studio. We do stream all the shows in each and every day. Click on the live stream button, and you can see all the action going on in the studio as well. And I'm also over on iTunes as well. You can catch the replays over there. Just search for That Business Show. Second guest for the show, Kevin Vata founded Better Body Fitness in 2007 to make a lasting difference in the lives of his clients. Utilizing muscle activation techniques, Kevin was able to work with a wide array of clients from post-rehab, post-chemo to professional athletes. In 2012, Kevin and his partner Kristen became the owners of Fitness-Tek. Kevin, welcome to the show today.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing?
Hey, doing good.
Excellent.
I feel a little out of place here. Me and Jim over here kind of
we're separating.
Yeah, we got Mr. Fitness over here, and then me and Jim over here kind of sporting the big guts and everything. Yeah. So, but Kevin, tell me why you chose to open Fitness-Tek.
Wow. So I was one of those students through high school that had really no clear, concise path to what I wanted to do when I grew up. My guidance counselor never told me that I could work with people and make a lasting difference in their life, and that there was anything scientific about picking up heavy objects and putting it down.
Right.
So when I graduated, I spent some time in Pennsylvania, was at Penn State for a number of years, moved to Florida, kind of bartended, kind of started to find my way, and I got into the fitness industry when the market crashed. I was in finances and real estate. That all went where it went. And I needed something to do.
Yeah.
I needed something to do to tie me over in the meantime. And my best friend had left his six-figure job to start personal training. And I looked at him and I'm like, you're absolutely crazy. Why would you give up that kind of income to personal train? Like, you're going to be broke and enjoying the sun laying on the beach, but broke. And, I took him up on it. I went to a previous box gym that was pretty large in the area, started training and fell in love with it. Shortly after I started, I got introduced to MAT, which was the science-y part that I didn't think fitness encompassed.
What does MAT stand for?
It stands for Muscle Activation Techniques.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to explain muscle activation techniques to us. I think that's a kind of the cornerstone of Fitness-Tek in what you're doing there, correct?
It is. It's really been our niche market, what separates us from everyone else out there. We're really like this. Be as progressive as possible in the industry. Right now, it's MAT because that's what we found works the best for what we're doing. It's an amazing tool. Pretty much what it is, it's an assessment tool and then a treatment thought process. So when we have a client that comes in that has, let's say, limitation in range of motion, we identify that limitation in range of motion as having to do with a weakness somewhere.
But now, do you do physical therapy too, or
nope? In the state of Florida, because of the licensing regulations and certification process down here, we are just personal trainers.
Okay.
In some states, you have to be a PT or a chiro or a massage therapist.
Is this related in any way to applied kinesiology in the chiropractic field, where you go in there and then they do all these different movements on your body, and then they say, oh, okay, push against my my hand with your leg, and you can't do it. Then they do an adjustment on you. Next thing you know, you can then now push against their hand or something.
Yes, similar. I hear my wife's voice in my head because I'm a techie guy, so I could sit here and talk for the next hour about the neuroscience and things like that. We'll just keep it simple. Applied kinesiology looks at a muscle in a shortened position, but not fully shortened. We look at it in a fully shortened position, where if there's a weakness, the body won't be able to contract that muscle fast enough.
So that's why when we got here, you put your hand on Jamie's head and just had him run towards you, and you held him back. Yeah.
No, I wish it was that easy. It's very heavy in biomechanics, joint structure, and then the function of those joints. Understanding that Jamie's body and joints are going to be shaped different than Jim's body, and it's going to be shaped different than the next person that we work with.
We're getting close to the same, though. We are in shape. Round is a shape.
Yeah, I always tell people I always tell people, look, man, I'm not fat, I'm successful. I'm going to make a T-shirt. That's my excuse. I'm not fat, I'm successful. I'm going to market that shirt, by the way. Some graphic on it, some big fat guy holding a wad of cash or something. So I don't know. I've been saying that for years and everything. I think they're become a little beach T-shirt or something. I'm not fat, I'm successful.
Beached well, you said?
Beach, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. One day when I get out of the real estate business, I'll get back into staying in shape and everything. But too many business lunches and too many nights recovering with a beer and stuff from all the stress and then this business. What type of clients do you cater to? I mean, you're not dealing with people necessarily that have are coming off of an injury or something like that. I mean, you work with people of all types, correct?
Of all types. Our niche market is the professional athletes, local, and then teams scattered throughout the states. We're fortunate here in Tampa we have a number of teams that travel from other cities for spring training and things like that. So we do work with a lot of cities that come here just for the training side of things. But then the post-rehab, those individuals that have had joint replacements, shoulder replacements, hip replacements, knee replacements, any kind of fused back, those things that you don't see every day. That require a higher understanding about how the human body moves and functions. That's kind of our niche market.
Now, you got a number of physicians that refer people to your company as well. Talk to me about this and why physicians are sending people to your company.
Sure. Yeah, we've been really fortunate through some of the sports teams that we work with, making those relationships with the doctors that they then work with. We've been really fortunate to establish those relationships. And a big part of that is in the level of service that we give and the doctors feeling comfortable that when they send a client to us, we're going to return their call. They're going to get the best care possible. We're going to keep the doctor in a loop, and we're not going to do anything to contradict what the doctor is telling them. So it's just about open communication, building those relationships, and then having the amazing tool. MET is an amazing tool that I've seen things change in people's lives rather fast, or in people's bodies rather fast. That they've tried everything else out there. So it's
now where are you located? Do you have one location? Do you have multiple locations? Where are your locations?
We just opened our third location. So we bought Fitness-Tek. My wife's a details gal. I think it's been 4.5 years now. We opened Fitness-Tek, or we purchased Fitness-Tek in Odessa, right over the Citrus Park line, so not too far up Gun Highway. Then within a year, we purchased a downtown location. And then just recently we opened a Clearwater location.
Wow, congratulations. How many people do you have on staff right now?
So we have a team of 6 different specialists, and then a group fitness instructor that does our corporate wellness program. We do corporate wellness for a large company in downtown as well.
One of the things you said that really stands out, and Jamie can attest to this, in businesses, you actually return calls. and Jamie and I both know we deal with a lot of different people when it comes to real estate with different businesses, and sometimes you call these people, they don't ever call you back, But why don't you give us your phone number, too? What's a good number to reach you at, Kevin?
Sure. I'll give you my personal number. It's 727-501-5763. You can text or call me. That's my personal cell. But, yeah, that's amazing to me. Having been in finance and the business, around small businesses my whole life, down here, I don't know whether it's a sunshine, but it's just returning calls is not everyone's priority.
I think it's also a shift to different forms of communication out there, though. I mean, you get communications from text, email, Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, they're coming at you from all directions these days. There needs to be some type of funnel that channels everything to one thing on your phone or something. I keep saying, the LinkedIn's and all this. I mean, they do. I mean, your phone that puts up all kinds of notifications, but I don't know. I want some type of thing that brings everything to one location right there on my phone.
You know what I hate?
Including voicemails, too.
When somebody contacts you and then you forget how'd they contact you, and you're trying to contact them back.
Yeah.
I find them, though.
Yeah, there's an opportunity because there's so many different ways people communicate, especially realtors. They come at me from all different things out there and stuff. And you're right. I don't remember where they come in from sometimes. And my big thing is I'm a big email person. I try to get everything to my email and stuff because I found that's the easiest way for me to stay organized. And I have a big pet peeve with voicemail because I've had it with listening to the voice recording on the other end of my voicemail with them giving me instructions on how to leave voicemails and how to retrieve voicemails. I think we're past that part. And in technology, we can just go to the beep now, can't we? But no, we got this 1 minute message with this woman's voice, explaining to us how to leave a voicemail, and it just drives me up a wall. So I hate listening to that.
Mortgage people are always the worst too, because not only do they leave this long message, they have what you can fax them, what you can email them, and they go over their email address, they go over their fax number. They go, oh my God.
Yeah, I try to be mindful of that. I've got my message a little bit long. It's not too bad, but yeah, you're right. People do get a little bit long-winded, and that's one of my big pet peeves with voicemails is people that just.
So how long is your voicemail, Kevin?
My voicemail is not that long.
We should call it right now.
To me, yeah, or it goes directly to our team.
Give it a call there, Stephen Bodyglass.
Call in the air. Yeah, did you get the number?
So I'm over at your website, fitness-tek.com, tech spelled T-E-K. So people that are listening to the segment can follow up with you as well. Again, this is Fitness-Tek, and tech is spelled T-E-K. Now, who are great candidates for this type of training, the MAT training, muscle activation techniques?
Sure. So we'll start with the athletic side. So athletes that are looking for any little bit of edge that they can get on their performance. When you have muscles that aren't contracting efficiently, MAT can find those muscles and make a huge difference just by activating a few of those muscles. And then we have the rehab side, or individuals with any kind of neurological conditions, MS. We have a number of MS patients we work with. Just last week in our Clearwater location, Maurice Harden, one of our other MET specialists, was working with a young lady that was wheelchair bound, couldn't stand up on her own. I met her husband for the first time, and he came over and gave me a hug and whispered in my ear, he hasn't seen her stand the way she stood after one session in years, he said. And that's why we do what we do with the MAT. Athletes are great, and I love to say that I work with them, but the level of increase that they're going to get versus somebody that hasn't moved in a long time, you can't. There's no amount of money that you can pay me for that.
And you've developed quite a reputation in your business. Yeah, you were telling me off air that you're working with a number of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and other athletes as well. So, I mean, you definitely got a lot of credibility to your business.
Sure. Yeah, there's a number of teams. We everything's confidential, so we do work with a number of the local teams, and then a number of teams that travel here from out of town.
Well, that's some great information. Got to take a quick break, but coming back from break, we're going to be talking more with Kevin Vaughn. I was on your site here again, fitness-tek.com. I see you help with weight loss as well, so I want to talk to you a little bit about weight loss coming back from the break. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Financial plan. For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
This report is brought to you by Staples. Staples has everything for your business needs. Get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs in-store or online. Discount before taxes. And $6.27. May not be combined with other offers. See store or staples.com/signs for details. Make on budget happen. Make getting noticed happen. Staples, make more happen.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Westbound has delays between 75 and Hillsborough Avenue. We have 2 accidents in that stretch off on the shoulder. You'll find State Road 60 still bumper to bumper in both directions, heading towards Old Lake Wales Road for a serious crash involving an overturned vehicle. Veterans Expressway also bumper to bumper southbound Limebottom to Waters. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
Today, mostly sunny with low humidity, high 80. Tonight, mostly clear, low 61. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 82.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Learn more about this show over at TampaBayRadio.com, and be sure to catch this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ. Currently in studio with me, regular contributor and acting co-host today, Jim McPeak of the McPeak Real Estate Firm. He's been chiming in here throughout this second segment. Also, we talked about real estate there on the first part of the show, and currently talk with Kevin Vaughta, owner of Fitness-Tek. Learn more about them over at Fitness-Tek.com. And we were talking about muscle activation techniques there in that third segment, but your firm also works with people in weight loss and things of this nature as well. And I'm over at your site, and one of your talking points here, discover the hidden threats to your metabolism. Tell me a little bit about this. I don't even think I have a metabolism anymore.
You've got it. It might just be running a little slow at this point.
No, I mean, I'm literally eat like once a day, and I'm good for a day, man. I'm terrible. And people always look at me and they're like, "You're only eating once a day, man. I can't believe how you. That must be great." I'm like, "That's not a good thing."
It's not.
That's how messed up I am.
Well, you can look at Kevin and see he practices what he preaches. He's in great shape. Yeah.
Thanks. Here's that 20 spot. The whole when to eat, how often to eat, that can be debated, and depending on the evidence and the studies you're looking at, like that's all across the board, whether you need to eat once a day or multiple times a day. So there's no one program that fits everybody, and that's really what we're about. We utilize the MAT to customize the program, and even though that word is kind of bastardized in the fitness industry, it truly is specific to their joint structure and function and how they need to progress. Why we use MAT with our weight loss clients is if there's a lot of inflammation in that individual's body, that will actually wreak havoc on the hormonal balance, which will make it much harder for them to actually lose weight.
So they should eat poppy seeds, shouldn't they?
Poppy seeds, yes, absolutely, yes. Poppy seeds. Yeah.
So, I mean, what are ways to increase my metabolism without, obviously working out and eating right? Are there some other ways, are there certain foods that are good to eat that increase your metabolism?
No, there's no magic bullet. There's no magic bullet.
The Red Bull, right?
Yeah, the Red Bull. That'll do it. That will.
Red Bull. I do start many days with a Red Bull too.
Yeah, no, there's no magic bullet. It's about eating clean. It's about not eating processed stuff. It's you didn't pick it off the ground or off of a tree, you probably shouldn't be putting it in your body. Like that, it's that simple. Everybody wants this, magic pill that I take, or this magic berry that I'm going to eat, or this poppy seed as the diet Jim's doing.
Poppy seeds.
None of that works or works long term. Yeah.
Now, you also, I see on your site here, you say discover why working out less can get better results. Explain to me what you mean by this.
I've been doing that lately.
Sure.
It's not working for me.
So when we say working out less, typically people come in and they're not eating enough because they've been told in order to lose weight, they have to eat less, which has some truth to it, but not as heavily weighted as people would like to think.
I'm going to start eating more today.
There you go. It'll make a huge difference. My clients that don't work out but eat more and eat the right stuff will lose weight rapidly. And then the whole working out thing, we have it like you have to punish your body and you have to be sore after a workout. Listen, if you're sore after a workout, you've damaged that tissue to the point where there's inflammation and you become insulin sensitive, and then it just gets that much harder from a hormonal standpoint to lose weight. So all these individuals that are overweight and then just punishing their body by doing these crazy workouts, listen, you're just going to get frustrated at some point and quit, or you're going to damage the joints to the point where you can't do that anymore. And then what do you do? What do you do when you've damaged your joint structure to the point when you can't exercise crazy like that?
You get surgery.
Yeah, you get surgery.
I've had 3 knee surgeries, actually.
Fantastic, Jim. Poppy seeds.
I'm a great punisher.
How do your services work? Do you offer, is it strictly one-on-one training? Do you have group training? And how long do these programs run? Tell me a little bit about how the service works.
Sure. So our 3 locations are private training studios. So it's all one-on-one. One of our trainers does do some group fitness classes for some cyclists that she rides with. Kim Vaughn up in Odessa does a fantastic job with them. Then we also do a corporate wellness program, which is also a group fitness structure. But 99% of our clients that come in are working one-on-one with an MAT of some level specialist. And then they progress. It just depends on their goals. If it's performance, if it's to get quality of life back, it's strictly based on what they want to achieve.
Now, on your website, again, fitness-tech.com, I see you also offer a guarantee to clients. Talk to me about your guarantee.
We do, yeah. So pretty much, I can't remember verbatim the guarantee, but if they're not satisfied with the service,
100% satisfaction on your first visit, or your money back.
We'll give them the money back. I'm committed to working with people that are committed to the process, and if they experience what their session at Fitness-Tek and they're not happy with it, then I would rather them have their money back than feel like they lost out.
Now, on the sessions, is it mainly lifting weights, or is it what exactly is it?
It's not going to look like your traditional fitness session in the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's going to be about finding those weak muscles and even down to specific muscle fibers that aren't firing and getting those working, and then progressing them to lifting weights, your traditional looking exercises. So it's very untraditional.
Yeah, so you got a number of success stories on your site as well. Is there anyone that comes to mind right off the bat that you'd like to share? I mean, I said there's some great stories on here.
Oh, wow. Yeah. My wife, Kristen, is on there. She was, when we first started working together, she was selling supplements, and it really just started as a barter. I was like, she was great at marketing. I'm not that great at marketing. Mm-hmm. I like the sciencey side of things and working one-on-one. She had some back issues, and she was training for a marathon, had a discectomy at, I believe, 15. And she was running and eating less to lose weight. And I said, listen, I'll train you. We'll get you strong if you'll do the marketing. Right. And then we started working together. And then the next thing you know, we're married, and we just had our first little one. So,
excellent. Congratulations.
We don't date our clients anymore, as we tell everybody. It's a one-time deal. But yeah, her testimonial on there is fantastic. Warren, the video on the front. There's been so many.
I see another one here. Busch Gardens asked one lady to get off the ride because she was too big for her seat harness, and now you've turned her into a fitness instructor.
Yeah. Wow. So she came a long way. Took all the coaching. It's just a matter of being coachable and doing what we asked them to do as far as eating clean.
Now, you said supplements too. Do you still do supplements, or do you incorporate those?
Very select. The percentage of increase in performance or fat burning ability that you're going to get from supplements is a fraction of a percent. So is the payoff and the monetary expense that it's going to cost you worth it? For some people it is. For others it's probably not. If they eat clean, that's all the supplements they're really going to need.
What about recovery supplements or anything like that?
Sleep. Eat.
Sleep. Okay. And wine, that's a good supplement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jim brought wine for all of us here this morning and everything. You made this for us too, right?
Yeah, the bathtub last
the
night.
bathtub last night. So I got about a minute here to wrap it up and everything. Kevin, take us back through again, how people can get in touch with you. And you definitely bring a lot of credibility to the table. A lot of physicians are working with you. You're working with a number of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and other people of the sports teams and everything. You're offering a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee on their first visit. Website fitness-tek.com. But phone number, get in touch with you again?
Sure, it's 727-501-5763. That's my personal line. You can text me on that, or also the 813-406-0827 is the home office.
All right. Hey, some great information, and as always, I learned a great bit, and I feel inferior as well because I am such in bad shape next to this gentleman over here.
We don't judge.
I had to look his services up. I've used a personal trainer a couple times in my life, and just never stuck with it long enough. I kind of go in waves and stuff with weight loss. I always say in and out. So, Kevin, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Kevin.
Thank you, guys.
And also to Jim McPeak, thanks for coming in as well.
Pleasure. Thanks, Justine, for showing up today, too.
Yep. And learn more about Jim over at McPeakTeam.com, and you'll see him in here often as well. He's a regular contributor to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. Hope everybody has a great Friday ahead of the weekend. And again, catch me back in here Monday morning at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.